Where do we begin?
Making his way to the ring, he is the monstrosity known as Richter!
I first started putting on weight when I was 8 years old when my mum and dad split up. I kind of sought solace in food. It's always kind of been like a thing that's been a constant theme throughout my life, when then like overindulgence, and I guess that was kind of like my addiction almost. My friend looked at me and he said, "You're getting really big now." Like, we used to make jokes about it all the time in terms of my size and stuff, and it was always my kind of coping mechanism and stuff, like deflecting it with humour. He sat me seriously down and went, "It's getting to the point where you're getting really big now, and it's time for you to do something, because I don't want to have to carry your coffin at your funeral." And that kind of hit home. How quickly am I going to escalate to a point where I can't physically move? He says, "Look, you can come to the gym with me. We'll go whenever you want to go. If you want to go in the morning, if you want to go late at night, there's a 24-hour gym, we can go there." I didn't want to be 30 stone in the gym, because I felt like everyone would just be looking at me as I was trying to, you know, sweating profusely just by walking at a pace that was just slightly above what I usually would. And we trained from midnight to 2 in the morning, pretty much every night. I started losing the weight and I got to about 24 stone off my own volition. And you could see that, and you were getting the compliments at work, and they were saying, "Oh, you're looking really well." And then when we found out that she was terminal, I knew that I had to do something extreme in order to make sure I didn't die.
Hello there, Mum. Do you like wrestling?
Yes.
My mum was always a really hard-working woman. She worked in a nursing home. She was a nurse. She was diagnosed on my 23rd birthday. She was in hospital for about a week beforehand. They did a biopsy. They did a scan on her chest area, and then they noticed there was a shadow on her lung. She was diagnosed in August 2013, and she passed away on New Year's Day 2015, so 16 months. Initially they only gave her 6 months to live, but she lasted a hell of a lot longer, which just goes to kind of, in my head, goes to show like the kind of character that she was personally. She was like, "Oh no, I'm not ready, I've got too many things that I still want to do." She passed away at 3:25 AM on New Year's Day. She was in a nursing home at the time. Our house wasn't equipped for her to be there any longer, and we went around with the Christmas dinner, and we just sat there while she's in her bed, and my brother either side and me the other side, and that was kind of like our last Christmas day. She wasn't particularly talkative, but you could tell that she was like appreciative of the fact that we've gone to her favourite restaurant, albeit the Toby Carvery, but she was there, and she sat and ate her food, and that was the last Christmas Day that we all spent together as a family. I said that I would be the only one there for over New Year's. My brother said that he couldn't be there for when it happened, and he asked me if I would, and I said I will do that. Fundamentally, the last memory that I have of my mum isn't a pleasant one. The last memory that I have was being there and actually hearing somebody take their last breaths, because you're holding on to them, because the only thing I could do was just hug her, and I just remember like whispering in her ear, just saying, "You can go if you want to." And without it sounding too cliche, they are the things that you will say in that circumstance, because I just told her I loved her and I thanked her for being my mum, because she was a great mum. She was the best mum that anyone could have hoped for, and I didn't know what else to say, because while she was taking her last breath, we had a television on in the background, and it was an Ed Sheeran concert thing that he was playing, and it was the song Thinking Out Loud, and the only thing I could think of doing was just singing it to her as she passed. Wrestling's kind of cathartic. It's a kind of performance aspect. It's showmanship, it's drama, it's athleticism, it's the ability to show that the weight I've lost, I can now do things in the ring that I couldn't even dream of. In my head, that I've got goals that I want to achieve in wrestling before I come to an end with wrestling, or come towards the end of my life, that I want to look back and say, you know what, maybe I didn't reach the top plateau level of worldwide, but I did do some pretty cool stuff. The person that I was when I made my debut is a completely different person. The future for me is to wrestle as many shows as possible, against as many people as possible, in as many countries as possible, for as many companies as possible, for as long as possible.
If you could say something to your mum now, what would it be?
Thank you. Thank you for making me a good human being in a world that sometimes isn't very good. And that's what I'd say to her. And I'd say I love her and thank you, because without her being my mum and my dad all rolled into one, and my best friend, I wouldn't be who I was. And I like to think I'm an okay person.